Welcome to Shepherd's Coffee Talk. As we continue talking about body shapes, we've had a great response.
So far, so
Elaine,
good.
you're such a star. Everybody wants to know.
Please.
So we've had great fun with it, learning lots. And today, what shape are we talking about?
The inverted triangle.
So what makes a person an inverted triangle?
Very simple. The broadest line on their body is their shoulder, their upper body.
Okay.
So typically they'll have a broad, and then in proportion, right? The base, the hip line is quite narrow in proportion to the shoulders.
They struggle, right? Because sometimes they're 1, 2, 3 sizes larger in the top than they are in the bottom. So
Yes.
really tough to find, especially dresses.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Thank God, good fabrics, stretchy fabrics
Mhm.
are in, because that really helps the situation.
And people who understand and design clothes for people like inverted triangles.
Yes.
Let's find out more.
So we have Evie with us, who is a classic inverted triangle. What does that mean? It means that the broadest part of the body is the shoulder line and the upper body, okay? And then it goes down to, for many inverted triangles after the age of 40, if there's any little bit of a weight gain, it can go right to the tummy area. In principle, the inverted triangle tends to have a longer upper body and therefore a shorter leg line. So from the back, you can see again how there's a broadness here in the shoulder, in the upper body as well. Not much of a waist to speak of, and an absence of a feminine curve on the hip line. So, in fact, Evie, you dress 2 sizes, right?
Yes.
On top?
16, on the bottom of 8.
Wow, so quite a difference there.
And here we are with Stephanie. So Stephanie is our model for the inverted triangle, but guess what? Stephanie is a mix of shapes.
Okay, so she is primarily an inverted triangle. Why?
You can see it from here, from the back, so the shoulders and actually the upper back, upper body as well. Stephanie, if you take weight, where does it go?
Usually first it'll go into the upper, so my bust first, always feeling it in my bra, and then of course the arms, and then here, and the little chubbies back here.
The little chubbies. Okay. Now, the classic inverted triangle is all about angles in terms of the frame of the body. But this is where Stephanie is a mix.
So, Stephanie has a waist quite indented, in fact, almost like an hourglass waist. And then in terms of a high hip, so you've mentioned the high hip, that's the one that's closest to the hip bone, is also rounded.
So interesting. So many challenges for every single one of us when it comes to dressing our body shape and really owning that shape, right? So then the question becomes, if you're an inverted triangle, now we sort of know, how do you shop?
Well, you know, I would say for every body shape, look at your challenging area. Work with that first. Okay, so for the inverted, remove the broadness here by introducing vertical lines. Longer jackets, seeing jackets with piping like what I'm wearing.
V-necks.
V-necks as well. Open up that neckline whenever possible, and take it from there.
Well, let's take a look at some looks you've put together for our inverted triangles.
So this is the go-to tee. It's amazing on her because it opens up the neckline. There's a length there. What we want to do with her is just create a long vertical line. We want to elongate her leg line as well because it's a little shorter than her upper body. That's why we went to a simple, great fitting pant with a nice, again, long, lean leg that goes down to the to the booty.
Wow. So you used that as the underpinning and
Yes.
you added this novelty jacket. This
You
is
would never know
fantastic.
that Evie is a couple of sizes larger on the top than the bottom. You just
Right.
would not know.
Right, because we've got directional lines here that are doing the talking. They are visually dominant. So that border, that turquoise border, right, on that open jacket is working. Look at even the floral pattern at the back is
Up and
creating
down,
a vertical
right.
line. The hemline, that shark hem bite is fantastic. It balances out the broadness in the shoulder. And again, you see how that neckline on Evie opens up the neckline. So same base, we use the
Wow.
same base for all these looks.
And the straight doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And
Rank
she's
line.
not, and she's petite. I mean, she's like, what, 5'3", still
Exactly.
wearing the longer legs, which look fabulous.
Yeah.
on her.
So this is what we call 2/3, 1/3 dressing. The jacket cuts her, it stops at the knee length, so that's 2/3 of her body. Again, keeping it open at the center of the body, so the eyes going up and down, creating verticals every which way you're looking at.
Super simple, like you could take that black underneath and do
Yes.
so many things on top, keeping your wardrobe simple. I love
Yes.
it, love it.
So Shannon Passero crinkled jacket. We kind of broke the rules here because you don't want to add too much luster texture on top, but the shape again of this garment is what is amazing. Again, that soft fit and flare line, keeping it open. If we had buttoned it up, it would cut her up a little more. That's why the basics for the inverted triangle, accentuated like Evie, are very, very important.
I'm glad you're using her hair color here to tie it in, because
Yes.
as a redhead, this is a beautiful color for it, as is Stephanie.
Oh, yes, she is.
So we're breaking the rules with Steph, okay, in a way. This is her favorite jumpsuit, and we've all fallen in love with it. Why does this work? Well, Stephanie has an indented waist, and this jumpsuit is cut to accentuate the waist, as you can see at the front, okay? The monochromatic color, this is kind of a khaki green, also works, and then the shoe as well, Kathy, as you'd mentioned before, nothing is being cut here. The drape of the fabric, amazing. The long length on the pant as well, elongates the pant. What's not so great, where we're breaking the rules, is the cap sleeve,
Oh, okay.
okay?
You would normally have,
Either a longer sleeve, a 3/4 length sleeve. Okay, so wherever a garment is cut, wherever the hemline is on a garment, that's where the eye is sitting and looking. So we don't want to accentuate that too much.
But she's not as, you know, a difference as Evelyn was. I mean, she's
Correct.
maybe one size larger up
Yes.
top than the bottom.
What would have been perfect with this would have been a palazzo pant to balance out the cap sleeve. But you also have to go, you know, with something that's modern. Hey, listen, talking
Look
about
at
palazzo
that.
pants.
Oh, they're making a big comeback, aren't they?
Yes.
This season.
Now you saw this pant on Hoda, who's her pear shape, and she wore it to balance out her hip line. Steph is wearing it to balance out her shoulder line.
right. And Steph again is a petite. So
Yes.
here we are again wearing the long tunic
Yeah.
with the wide pant, and it's not overwhelming. It looks
No.
fantastic.
What a difference finding the right clothes for your shape make.
Well, it makes you look really good, but it also helps you to feel really good
Exactly.
in your clothing, because now you understand your body shape and you can start to look for better ways to dress. Anyway, Elaine, again, thank you so much.
Yeah. Wonderful tips.
always a
Great
pleasure.
ideas. Now, what are we going to talk about next week?
Next week is the rectangle column.
Make sure to leave your comments and questions. We love to hear about your challenges and questions for Elaine. Have a great day.